Alrighty. Checking the mic. We're good. Welcome back to another Trading with Forrest premium streaming experience, guys. Let me get my feet up here. It is, holy crap, the day I destroyed my desk, apparently. It's Wednesday. We're here. We're going to start with some analysis. We'll talk about what's going on right now. A few more updates on the studio, and that'll be our stream for the day. What's up, Paulo? Good to see you, man. Let's go ahead and get this out to the masses. Let me get the link out to the Discord real quick. Get that here. Boom. Get this here. Boom. Let me check my stream overlay. Make this a little bigger. Boom. All right. So get our bearings here. We had core PPI this morning and PPI. So that was the 8:30 data candle. Nice bullish maneuver that just happened there. You could have expected this almost just off the daily. Okay, I was thinking about this yesterday. Okay, we're pushing into this level. Very upward price action, very upward sloped price action. We have these two greens right here. If you think about what happens next, you could see kind of like the flag candle, right? So you basically would have to think, all right, well, with data, they're going to flag it, or we push higher going for this relative high. We're still pretty close to the measured move target higher, 24 at 497.75. So really, that is what I'm looking for overall. Still bullish on the macro. As far as today or really the next few hours goes, though, speaking of time frame, let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, there's a few key things that we have to be aware of. So one was the data candle. We also have this bottom wick down here, 767. That's open. There's an obvious kind of trend line here as well. Okay, I'm not going to draw it because I've got lines all over the place already. There's also this one. Let's get this trend line extended. Looks like that's still in play. So we've got the bottom wick lower. We've got the naked POC from yesterday, which is not loading, which should be down here somewhere. There is a naked POC down there. I think I saw it on the 1 hour. Yeah, so this is from Tuesday, naked POC 65.14. Is that going to be retested? No, but if we, or not necessarily, right? We had a very bullish open. Okay, this could do an in-shape continuation higher today. If it doesn't, if we come lower, the naked POC is the obvious target. Okay, so that's kind of the if-then on that. Right now, though, still bullish action. We opened up higher, came back, retested POC, and it's holding up just a little bit. So my plan for today, I haven't taken any RTH trades or any day trades. Really is I want to wait for this prior POC or previous VAL or this trend line, right? Previous VAL and this trend line have some confluence. That would probably be a later in the day thing. POC could be early as well. Traversing this node, right? So you have to remember the POC is there, but there's also the POC node. So the actual node traversal is like right around here, right? So this bounding box here could be a long opportunity if we're looking for continuation in RTH. If we go to the weekly, we're jumping around time frames here a little bit. Let's get rid of these yellow lines that we don't need. Those are invalid. Okay. And really just three levels that we have here. This is taking forever to load. So we have all-time high node, which we're on top of right now. The node traversal will bring us back down to these same lows where we bottom wick, 23,064. So this node that we've been in here, this is the weekly chart, by the way. So on the weekly, we're really consolidating at the highs. You could see how it's made a move. Let me get my squiggle tool. It's made a move and then did some consolidation. Made a move and now it's doing some consolidation. So if it makes another move, we should expect some more consolidation if that happens, okay? Or if this fails after pushing into this level, okay, if it fails from here, we'll get a pretty dramatic failure on the weekly, okay? And we'll do another cycle lower. And that'll be, you know, we'll talk about that at that time if that happens, but not really looking for that right now, to be honest. On the monthly, we still have a green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle. If we do get a double doji on the monthly, that thesis for 26.5 is going to happen. So the double doji pattern is a pretty juiced continuation pattern, okay, on the higher time frames. So we get these if it's September 10th. It's a very far away thesis, but this is why you guys got to journal. If that happens, I will be taking some gnarly, like basically leaps on the monthly. Make a ton of money on that, right? So we'll see. Let me open up the chat, see what we got here. LOL A7MD, what's up? OG Trade, what's up? Y'all really? Good morning. How you guys doing today? How is the core team doing out here? I do think right now we are going to traverse this node, come down to VAL, most likely. We'll see here in a second. We could get that POC retest, very rangy price action. Ooh, I ended up not looking at the charts really at all yesterday, to be honest. I did not look at all. Conquistador, what's up? I sent another email yesterday. You were definitely on the last email I sent, Conquistador, for the giveaway, so I think they just got backed up again. But I did remind them yesterday afternoon. But there should be a few people that don't have accounts. Doing great. I'm doing great too, man. A lot of busy stuff going on in the business. Running a company is quite interesting, to say the least. There we go. Moving. I'm in a lightweight short. I'm in a very lightweight short, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Gotta get off camera. Fix my being. Oh, my reproductive organs were not comfortable, if you know what I mean. That happens to us men sometimes. Hola, take a risk, CHK. Welcome back. Pushing down here a little bit. I want to check out, actually, there's two tickers. I think it was UPS on the daily. Still down here. And on the weekly, they're still pushing lower. So they have this very obvious staircase lower. Okay. Volume is accumulating on UPS, though. These spikes are getting bigger and bigger, and the average volume is also increasing. So I'm kind of watching here, seeing if there's going to be a level that they bounce off of. And this edge here is probably a good candidate. To get alerted on. Volume profile is not loading, of course. That's great. Love that. Give it a second. But this play on you, let me see if I can get this to load, force this to load. Nice, there we go. Nice move lower on NQ. VAL is what, 883? Let's see if we get 883. we got our VP to load. Cool. Thank you, Book. Wonderful girlfriend just made me some eggs. Let's look at Snap. Snap. Crackle pop. Snap's chart is a huge middle finger to anyone who ever believed in that company. Straight up. It's literally just zoom. Look at this. Get out of here. Basically. Middle finger. Would you consider this front running all-time high on NQ? Got close. Most definitely. Let me see what ES did. That was from a while back. I mean, ES is at all-time highs. ES put in a new all-time high. NQ front ran it. Yeah, this looks like this type of behavior, by the way, if you think about this behavior on the lowers, looks like it's going to go higher. NQ front ran the level, right? It's consolidating. ES is going to consolidate higher. So ES was the first move. It starts pushing higher. And then NQ is essentially going to, if it consolidates long enough, that next wave to, you know, whether it's 24.5 or whatever, should be like a measured move extension. So what I'll do is take a note, and I want to see, is there a clear measured move after today? The reason I say after today is because I'm looking at, like, you know, the intermediate time frames, the hourly time frames for this to stack up. Because this setup is happening on like the weekly chart, really the daily chart as well, right? Go to the daily. On the daily chart, front ran this level, right? We see the same behavior on like the hourly chart, right? ES put in it, swept the level, NQ didn't, right? So we have a divergence in the price action, or really the auction. So we'll want to see what happens. Technically, the reason that matters is there's still trapped longs here on NQ. There are no unswept trapped longs on ES, right? ES has swept all highs, thus all-time highs. NQ, not the same story. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if we get this consolidation for a pretty strong next wave higher. But on this time frame, when you're, this is a setup on the daily or the weekly chart, guys, it's going to take days or weeks to play out. I just want you to be very cognizant of that. Does that make sense? Make sense, folks? I hope it makes sense. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Make sure you check out. I've been reaching out to different prop firms trying to get more free stuff to give away. I didn't get free accounts from daytraders.com, but you can use code. Daytraders is kind of similar to Apex. They also do the 20 account thing. And they also use like the same platform as Top Step X. So if you like that platform, you don't want to use like Ninja, you can check them out. You can use code Force Trading. I haven't added them, but code Force Trading will give you the best discount. I don't have them in my little rotating promo there, but I'm going to try and collect all the prop firm Infinity Stones for the best deals and giveaways for you guys. So working on that. We're getting very, very close to the studio not being done, but with the construction being done, the non-interior design construction being done. We've got a bunch of quotes from different contractors for doing everything. So we're designing studios. We're going to do the bathroom, make it super sexy, swanky. We got a kitchen getting installed, which is super dope. Like a $20,000 kitchen going in. I got to design my office, which is going to be pretty cool. I have some cool designs for that. So it's all coming together very, very quickly. Let me see here. I've got people blowing my phone up. Oh, hold on, folks. Something like therapy. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. If this does a tweezer, by the way, on the 1 hour, we're going to get follow on down lower to these lower prices. So keep that in mind. We do have the 4 hour closing in. Dude, my computer is super lagging. 4 hour closing in 12 minutes. So we'll see what the 4 hour does here. Obviously, very big green candle on ES. NQ kind of smashed here. So we want to see how this forms. Divergence though. Okay, very different candles. All-time highs always gets wonky though. Okay, so this is some behavior that you should get used to and journal for the next time the market's at all-time highs. Well, you will inevitably spend some time far away from the highs again. It'll do a rotation lower. You guys will forget all about this, and then we'll come back up here, and you'll be like, what the heck? What do? I don't know how the market behaves at all-time highs. So make sure you pay attention to that behavior. I got to add somebody to my QuickBooks really quickly, guys, so hold on while I do that. Somebody can look at my books, because we need that. We need that pronto. Oh, dude, my legs. I hit legs last night with my girl, and I'm busted up. Let's see. How's everybody's trading going this week? You guys up? You down? Tell me. Let me help you. I'm here to help. I'm your trading therapist. Okay? What questions do you guys have? What do you need help with? What's bothering you? Okay? What is bothering you? LSJN, good morning. Let's go ahead and just plot prior POC real quick. Naked POC. So our naked POC is going to be the first target lower. Prior day low, obviously down here at 23,726. Okay, that's the next target lower. That'd be prior day low. We always trade around market edges. Say it with me. Overnight high, overnight low. Prior day high, prior day low. That's right. Good job, guys. So if you only take trades at those levels where the market's most likely to react, where people are most likely being affected in their positions, I want to say the risk, the outcome of your trades, you'll notice that you're going to have better trading outcomes regardless of whatever bracket it is. Okay, there's two different types of risk. I won't use the official names, I'll just describe them. There's the risk to your capital stack, right? That's what people are often thinking of. They're always thinking about RR. How much am I risking to try to gain, right? What's my risk to reward? And you set that up on a bracket. But that is independent of your edge, right? When we talk about edge, we're actually talking about the outcome risk. Where there's a probability that your thesis will actually play out in your favor. It's not something that a lot of people measure, okay? That will increase. The probability of your trades working out, it will actually increase regardless of your RR, or independent of that, if you trade around those key levels, right? As well as, of course, the volume profile, the liquidity, where we know people are positioned. So market edges, we know people are positioned there. And the volume profile tells us where the important positions are. Okay, it's free edge for you. Struggle being patient, didn't trade Monday, but was too eager to trade Tuesday. Took a couple bad entries, small losses, nothing big. Cool. If you get chopped up, by the way, if you feel like you're ever showing up at your trading desk with any negative emotions, you've got to shake them off. even if they're small. You got to shake them off entirely. Um, I could tell you guys, when I have personal shit going on, like, it's really hard to trade. And it just becomes a spiral because you're frustrated about not being able to trade because of outside frustrations, and it just gets worse and worse. So you really, because trading is purely psychological, you really have to protect your mind. And if you feel compromised at all, you just have to be aware of that, and you're just not going to be able to out willpower it. So take a break. The markets, even if there was an insane day today that you missed, there'll be another one. But not necessarily target at you, but important for everybody to hear, right? Make sure you protect your mind, because this really is just psychological. Conquistador thinking the same thing. Yeah, I didn't even. I mean, yesterday this looked uninteresting, so I didn't even trade yesterday. I've been playing with you hold long enough to eventually go green. Can I do that and just sit with no stop loss, only take profit? Yeah, I trade without stops pretty often. Okay, on the higher time frames. So my higher time frame trades, I trade without stops. I do have alerts though, so it's not that I still won't exit the trade. 100% will. I just put alerts where typically we're like, what happens for a lot of newbies is your stop is actually where you should have entered, right? So you get FOMO and you enter into a trade, and then you put your stop intuitively where you know the market should go. What you should be doing is waiting until the market gets to where you know the market's going to go, and then put your stop further away. What I've done over time is I don't like looking at my stops because I end up playing around with them. That's just a thing. You could say, Forrest, why don't you just not play around with them? I can't help it, guys. I've tried. I feel like I've tried. I'm not perfect by any means. So I just remove them because I know my trades work out. That's the kicker there. I analyzed hundreds of trades, and I saw I was modifying winning trades, and I was literally either losing money or giving up money on a lot of winning trades. And so for my trades that follow my system, I very often will trade without a stop on the higher time frame, okay, with a signal candle. Trades that are like B and C trades, I always trade with a stop because, you know, you just have to. But yeah, my A setups, if you're following the VPE system, I just let those things do their thing, you know. Or I'll have a stop. I'll have a stop so far away that like it literally, my stop is just like where I'm absolutely incredibly wrong. September, I'm up $450, getting better in daily analysis. Execution is still the hardest part, like having confidence to hold, not having fear to lose. You need to transform this, get rid of this idea of winning and losing. Okay. Trading is a system. Okay. Let's just say that's a statement. So in that system, you're going to have, you know, edge. This is going to be your execution parameters. Can't type. And then 2 is you're going to have the human machine, right? Which is the worst part. Okay, that's us. Okay. If you took the same, think of trading as a system, right? And you replace any one of these 2 primary parts. So say there's more parts. Okay, you replace the execution parameters, but you still have a human who's incredibly disciplined. Okay, even on a worse system, they'll do okay, or they'll at least not lose money. Vice versa is true. You could say you have a system with really good edge, but then you have a person who doesn't understand that, you know, we're just we're a cog in our machine. We're actually not the entire machine. That can also hurt us. But because it's a machine, you should understand that there's some metrics, right? So let's say your edge, okay, my edge when executed perfectly has a, I don't know, say 90% win rate. Let's say something crazy. Like a good human brings that to 70%. Brings it down to 70%. Okay, so that means if you back test it, it's 90%. If you bring in a really good human, it's 70%. That means this system with good edge and a good human at the wheel loses money 30% of the time. So the reason it's important to think of yourself as just a piece of the machine is it stops you from being overly like punishing on bad outcomes. But you always have to have this bigger picture view of what you're doing in yourself, right? Because, for example, I know if I win 7 days in a row, okay, these are made up numbers. If I win 7 days in a row, I should actually expect, you know, not exactly because of how statistics work, but let's just go with the example. I would expect to lose the next 3 days, right? It just makes sense because my system wins 70% of the time if I'm trading every day. So those are just a few things to keep in mind. If you track your performance closely, you'll kind of see this. Not trading days like yesterday was a decision I made. I personally know if I would have traded yesterday, I probably would have got chopped up more than on a good day. So modifying your behavior like that is a way to kind of improve your stats for sure. Not trading on bad days and things like that. But again, guys, even a winning, very, very profitable trading system, okay, has losing days. Every business has expenses. It's part of the game. I'm getting the importance of the trade, the edges. It's hard to be patient. Yeah, just be patient. Just expect not to trade, honestly. I think for a lot of people, they wake up and like, I'm gonna make money today. Just don't even have that feeling. Just literally wake up and be like, like just don't even look at the charts. How many trades a month following the VPE should one expect to get a week? If you're taking A trades, not too many. Quite honestly, we just closed a 4-hour high volume top wick candle. By the way, ES is a little bit different. So if we range across this down to VAL, we'll come a little bit lower. I want to see, we do have like a B-shaped VP as well. So again, that divergence at all-time highs, a little weird. Because this is a green candle, the following on this might be a little bit delayed. We could retest, honestly, up to 50% of this wick, 23,974, then come lower. I could also see a double top wick green scenario coming in. Very possible price action on the 4-hour. How many trades a month? If you're only doing the exact A trades, not too many, right? Not too many at all. Probably a handful. There's only a handful of really, really perfect setups a month, honestly. What's good, Niche? Niche, I know you hit me up. I sent an email yesterday for all the people who didn't get their accounts. I know you're on that list. Subramanian, good morning. SK Prakar, good morning. Muthukumar, good mornings. I think I got everybody. The Geet. What's up, Wyatt? Good morning. If you can, will you take a quick look at MES on the 1 hour? It's on the edge with a huge gap, and I'm waiting for a sweep. Any advice? It's the same chart as ES. Let's do a little theoretical question. What's the risk right now? Let's say you went short right now. Okay. There's literally no market higher. So the question you have to ask yourself is, okay, do I think the market's going to just go higher today, right now? I mean, it might. But that's the question you ask yourself. Okay. Then if you did short, what is your target? The levels I marked out for downside is the naked POC. Okay, we have this very obvious liquidity down here, naked POC at 65.1350. Okay, downside target 1. If we have a very tight inside day, okay, we're going to traverse this auction, right? This node that we built overnight. So that's really what you're contending with. But I mean, just from a pure like risk perspective, this is the best price almost ever to short on ES. You're literally at the like the only other prices that have ever existed are the 8 points above us in all time. So the question is, are we going to go higher right now? Okay, that's really the question. I don't know with this big ass top wick on the 4 hour that we're going to put in a new high. It would be wonky. I could see it on MES. We could on NQ. I just don't really see us putting a new high. Unless it wants to get really weird. But we could do, again, a double like shooting star pattern I can see here. So I don't know. It makes more sense for it to drop first. I would just keep it simple, right? Just ask yourself, did we get a high volume signal candle that swept an edge? Okay, we got a nice top wick here. We are sweeping the previous prices here. Okay, if you go short, put your stop at the highs. Your thesis, essentially, I was trying to walk you into it, but the thesis is essentially that we're not putting in a new all-time high. So you just go short with your stop at the highs. That's the thesis. If it works out, you got a lot of EV to the downside. If it doesn't, well, you lost 8 points. Shouldn't lose that much money. All right, let me invite this guy to my organization that I forgot I was going to do here. Oh, man, I love QuickBooks. I love it. I love it. See how we immediately retested this wick? It's kind of flaggy on the 1 hour. Hold on, guys. I gotta ask freaking Claude how to do this thing. Mahalakshmi, good morning. Muthukumar, I think I already said what's up, but what's up? US Prakash, what's up? Considering that being the best spot to short, how do we consider that and consider trading with the trend? It's not as complicated as you're making it, right? So if you have a thesis that in the next, like if you actually have the thesis that we're going to go lower, then I would say take the trade. But you need to have something that supports that thesis, right? You need to have a reason to take that trade. But all I'm saying is from an actual like market magnets, there isn't anything higher, but we are in a very bullish uptrend, right? So you have to decide. And again, the way that I trade typically is, I want to prioritize trading with the trend. Okay, so any shorts should basically be scalps, kind of answer your question. If I'm short in an uptrend, the longer I hold my trade, the closer that trade goes to zero or negative. If I long in an uptrend, the longer I hold that trade, the closer it's going to go to infinity, right? That's how the math works out on the expected, the literal expected value of the trade, right? So if you are shorting, you just need to have a very clear target and entry and exit criteria. You can let your longs breathe in an uptrend. That's kind of how you play the difference there. Other than that, I would just keep it simple and just think, do I actually have a thesis or am I just trying to take a trade? If you're just trying to take a trade, do nothing. Parvati S, good morning. All right, let's see what Claude said. Go to the settings gear on the top left, top right. There we go. Manage users. All right, let me add this guy. Okay, standard. All right. Cool. All right. Dev, good morning. SMK Prabhu, good morning. How's it going? The whole squad is here today. How y'all doing today? I'm gonna eat these eggs. Let's see what my team is saying. Good morning. Who else we got in here? Rajamani, good morning. Garrett, good morning. Appreciate y'all. So yeah, slow grind. Some consolidation here. We have basically a D shape. No, not basically. We really have a D shape on NQ, okay, which shows rangy. And then MES, let's just go back to ES. It's kind of this weird, whatever this is, this pattern. Don't really care about the candles. VP itself is almost a D shape, very jagged edges though. So contract change, all that coming in. Yeah, to be honest, guys, there's another lower-ish quality day. I would wait for, we've had some pretty good examples recently of like signal candles on the 1 hour and things like that. So like wait for those good days, guys. And honestly, the reason a lot of you guys can't trade the good days is because you get so burnt out or like chopped up on the bad days that when you get to the good days and you see it, you're second guessing yourself because you have so much recency bias to bad examples because you took bad trade after bad trade after bad trade on these days that you knew were bad, but you wanted to force it. That on a good day, you're freaking out. You're like, oh crap, I see it, but I don't trust myself because I've done a bunch of bad stuff. So you got to build good habits. Good habits will build confidence. See what's happening on gold. If you have not signed up for the giveaway, by the way, I'll drop a link. We're doing My Funded Future and Apex accounts now. Got those into the mix. The link is in the Discord. Okay. You have to be a member of the Discord. I'm putting it in the free chat. So you don't have to be a paid member of the Discord, but you do have to be in the Discord. Giveaway sign up form. Put it in the free chat of our Discord. And that's the wrong link. That's the link we want right there. Cool. Winners announced on Friday. One of my old buddies just hit me up saying, am I done with software? GC looks like it's doing a little flag thing, but let's go to the 4 hour. 1 day. It's an interesting candle there. Immediately retested though, versus immediate follow on. That weekly is strong. Yeah, it's pushing higher. Looks like I have a measured move already up at 4,009 on gold. Let's see what platinum's doing. Huh, platinum ranged down to this other level. Yeah, I stopped looking this after a while. Lower high here. There's a lot of green after that breakdown. Interesting. ES pushing its highs here. When is your new studio going to be popping off? Very soon. Incredibly soon. Oh. Incredibly soon, guys. It's coming along. We just have all the finishing touches just take so long to get done. Not even the like interior design finishing touches, just like the build out finishing touches. And then we're gonna start once the GC. I'm basically waiting for the GCs to stop cutting stuff up and finish painting, so that like we can go in there and build out our sets and stuff. So That'll be happening very soon. We're way behind. Initially, it's supposed to be in there like September 1st, or really August 1st. So the build out is taken, you know, over a month delay, which isn't surprising. You know, GCs always take on multiple projects. They overpromise, underdeliver. Just exact opposite of what you usually do, but they always get you by the balls. You know, once you start, you kind of just need them to finish. So they're lucky. Contractors all the same. Yeah. My least favorite thing of working with contractors is they always act like you're crazy. Like, or the worst thing is like this. The guy is like he's actually he's not bad. It's just like it's the same like contractors and barbers. Like barbers can't help but not have a concept of time, and they're just always late as shit. You know, I went to my barber the other day, and I showed up 45 minutes late. And this is the first time I've ever been late, by the way, in the years that I've known this guy. This guy is chronically late. He's always late. Every time he's always late. You know, he's just late as hell. I'm the first time I'm late, he's like 45, he's like 47 minutes for us. I'm like, I didn't even say anything. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, out of 100 appointments, this is the first time I've been late. You're always late. Contractors are the same. Good guy, but like, I'm like, hey, bro, you literally said you were gonna do this, and it's not done. And then he's like, oh, like he gets mad because like they've like moved past doing that stuff, but it's like I was like missing like electrical outlets and a few other things that we like needed, and they always get an attitude, and it's like I'm literally just asking to do what you said you're gonna do. Same with a few other business partners. We had to get rid of some partners recently, some guys who were gonna sell shit for us that you know I was highly optimistic about, and honestly I'm still very disappointed in because they were cool guys. I thought we were all gonna be friends, and severely overpromised and delivered nothing. Absolute dog shit. Sorry for cursing, but they honestly just pissed me off. Wasted a ton of my money and my time. The time is worse because this time I won't get back while we're like in the middle of all this other stuff. So having a lot more discretion with people that we bring in as partners and things like that, because the stakes are too high, to say the least. So very, very frustrating, some of the baloney you deal with. I'll tell you the worst part about these guys is I essentially was a client of theirs. Okay, I hired them to do a thing. Let's just say that they were an agency, right? They're an agency who they were going to do X task for Y money. I paid them the money, and they did not do the task. And when I called them out, every time we have our syncs, like, hey guys, like, what's going on? What's the deal? Like, where's my paper at? Like this the most offensive, you know, type of people. It's like I said, I've never experienced that. As somebody who's a client, if I'm paying you money, like why are you asking weird when I ask like where's the update? You know? So but people like that are, you know, no matter how much money they make, will never hit their full potential because they're just in their own way, you know? But those guys are blinded by their prior success. Who else we got? What's up, y'all? Make sure you check out the giveaway form is in the Discord in free chat. You got to be a member of the Discord. Force code Force Trading across all platforms. Get you the best deals. Check it out. Right now, D-shaped setup on NQ should give us ranging behavior. We'll see if we build more value higher. We are holding above the POC for a little bit here, but lower volume day so far. What other questions do you guys have for me? How many of you guys are trading your own account? I know we got a lot of prop traders here, obviously, right? Which is fine. But how many of you are trading your own accounts? You definitely need to be doing that. You need to be trading your own account with your own money. They just got back to me. Pilot trading his account. Wow. I hope that mute worked. I just coughed right into the microphone. I tried to trade props on lower quality setup days, small positions. There you go. You just think of them as leverage. You know, you trade your own plus props. Nice. Just Eric says same. Yeah, I wouldn't trade them too differently, to be honest. I mean, you kind of have to a little bit just because of all the rules, but you still want to trade the good setups if you can. Cool. It's hard to trade both at the same time unless you're copy trading. Yeah. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Let's see if we get that double doji. All right, so we retested a lot of this candle. Just not surprising. It's exactly what I said would most likely happen. ES still hasn't put in a new high though, so just a very slow, grindy day. I gotta actually eat these eggs, guys. Hold up, they're just getting cold in front of me. They're just getting cold. Robinhood just announced Robinhood Social. What? There's no way, dude. Oh, nice. W Dog made out like a bandit. Love to see it. 55K for him on the week. That's a good job from the dog. Another one of the traders in our group, another reason to join. He streams at least once a week in the Discord. I can't remember. 55K, that could be yours. Another reason to sign up, I would. Bro, is the free Discord chat open or is it a bit hard to join? I don't think it's hard to join, but I haven't joined the Discord ever because I'm one of the admins, so you let me know. But you should be able to just sign up for the Discord. If you go to my link, stand.store/trading with Forrest, click the link. The sign up is through WAP, right? Or you can just join the Discord. Hold up, let me get a link. In order to sign up, though, to get access to the trading floor, where we're active 24/7, you'll have to join. You'll have to sign up. But we do watch free chat. I'm trying to grow the free chat side as well, which is why I'm mentioning it. There just aren't as many people in the free chat, but everybody can see it. And that's where I'll be putting all of the giveaway links. So feel free to come hang out, ask questions. By no means feel obligated to pay for premium. There's a 1-week free trial, though, for that. And we'd love to have you if you do make that choice. Tell you what I'm going to do on stream right now is we're going to go ahead and invest, I'm a little off camera, another $300 into Robinhood. So I have an account where I invest $60 every day. I've got $1,600 sitting in it because I did take a trade in it accidentally, and I made some cash. So, but we'll go ahead and drop some money into there on stream. Let me add it. Let me add. Boom. Okay. You guys should be able to see. So this is my Robinhood account that I started a little over a year ago on my other channel. The whole point of this was just to show what it's like investing $60 a day. You can see I have $1,600 in here. Main position is VOO. So let's just go ahead and just dump. I don't know, let's put 300 bucks in here. Doesn't really matter. Boom. So hit buy. This is my DCA account. So I'm buying at all-time highs, which is fine because I also caught every low, every dip. You can see my VO positions at 16,007. Total return up 1,700 bucks. Okay, for anybody who's not convinced on investing yet, let's go to compound interest calculator. That's what I do on my other channel. What's this account at? 22.6. Say I'm doing 1,200 bucks a month, which I am basically. If I do this for 31 more years until I'm 65 at 8% interest, you can see this for fun account will be at 2 million bucks. So that's why I do this. I highly encourage you guys to take your profits from trading and wherever you get them and start investing into the market. So I cover both ends of the spectrum. I think it's really important. Investing is actually why I started YouTube, or like trying to convince people to invest. I think it's more applicable to more people. So check that out. Obviously, changing these numbers will increase the value. Even if we change this up to 10%, see right here, goes up another million. So I'll keep doing this account until I decide to use the money for something else. And that's that. Right now, did that 50% retest of the wick. We're at the VAH. Let's see if we, because we have this D shape, if we range lower, if we do that other top wick on the 4 hour I mentioned, We'll see. It is 10:33 though. I'm going to run for today. Thanks for tuning in to this stream. Make sure you join the Discord if you want more trading education tips, call outs. Again, W Dog is up 55K on the week, and he has been mentioning his positions in the Discord. Just saying, we're not a call out server, but just saying. Anyways, I believe in you guys. Each and every one of you has what it takes to change your financial future, not just for yourself, but for all the people that you love and take care of. If you feel like you're in a rough season, right? If you're in a storm in your life right now, just know that all rough seasons, like all other seasons, pass. All storms pass. The sun will come shining. The spring will return. Keep your head up. Make sure you're doing at least a little bit every day, right? Pouring into your own cup, working on yourself, both mentally, physically, and financially. Start your day with something positive. Create some affirmations for yourself. Believe in yourself. Take care of yourself. Join our Discord, and I'll see you on Friday.